you write a program for average of 3 numbers. Now we'll solve another question, that is we have to check whether a triangle is valid or not. So now here we need to first understand something, only then we'll be able to solve this question, that is what exactly is a valid triangle. Okay, so suppose we have a triangle, right? And let's assume that this side is A, this side is B, and this side is C. So these A, B, C are the sides of the triangle. A, B, and C are the sides of the triangle. Okay, now how do we know that if this triangle is valid or not? So we have this one condition, not one, we actually have 3 conditions. Now what are those conditions? If side A plus side B is greater than side C, this is first condition. Condition number 1. The second condition is if our side B, sum of side B and side C is greater than A. Third is if our side C, sum of side C and sum of side A is greater than B. So these are the 3 conditions. Now let's understand this using an example. Let's suppose that this side is 3, this side is 4, and this side is 2. Now we know the sides of the triangle. We can use these conditions to find whether the triangle that I have drawn here is a valid triangle or not. Let's make font a little bigger. Yeah. So according to our first condition, side A is 2 plus side B is 4, and we have to check if this is greater than 3. Now we can see that 6 is greater than 3. That means first condition is satisfied. Now coming to the second condition. So second condition, we have side B as 4, we have side C as 3, which is greater than A. Is it? Yes, because 7 is greater than 2. This condition is also satisfied. Coming to the third condition, that is C plus A greater than B. Now C side is 3, A side is 2. Is it greater than 4? 5 is greater than 4. So that means all of our 3 conditions are satisfied and a given triangle is valid. So if any of these 3 conditions is not satisfied, so suppose the first condition is satisfied, the second condition is also satisfied, but you're not able to satisfy your third condition, then also the triangle will not be considered as valid. It will be invalid. Now let's take an example where the triangle is invalid. So let's take this side as 14, right? And let's remove this 4. Just consider it as 14, right? Just imagine the side is 14. Here the side is 12. Here the side is 3. No, just here the side is 2. Just consider that this side is 2. Okay. How do we erase this? Let me just erase only. Yeah. So our side A is 2, our side C, and our side B. Side C, just take it as 1, or take one side as 0. Only then we'll be, I think, able to form a invalid triangle. So here, take this side as 0. Now let's again satisfy these conditions. According to first condition, it says that sum of A plus B should be greater than C. What is A? 2. And what is this? 2 plus 14 is greater than 0. Condition satisfied. Second is that B plus C, that is 14, should be greater than A, that is 2. Yes, it is greater. Then C plus A should be greater than, consider this also as 0. Only then I think we'll get invalid triangle. Okay. So just erase all of this. Sorry, it's taking time. Yeah. So our A is 0, our B is 14, and still it is greater than. Okay, now then consider this as 0 and this as 14. Only, right. Now our first condition is not satisfied, that is A plus B greater than C, because as A plus B is not greater than C. So this is our invalid triangle. I was just trying to give you an example of an invalid triangle. That's why it took so time. Otherwise, the concept might have been clear, right? Now let's start writing the code. Just remove all of this. Okay. So the question is, determine whether the triangle is valid or not. So let's include our header file, our standard namespace, our start of the program, and then our integer A, B, and C, which is the value of the triangle. Now, here we are talking about condition, that if this condition is true, if these three conditions, all of three conditions are true, only then the triangle will be considered as valid. So here we'll use if statement. I told you that we use if statement when we are talking about conditions, when we're talking about satisfying conditions. So we'll write A plus B greater than C. Yeah, so we okay, so the first condition we have written. Second is B plus C greater than A, and the third condition is C plus A greater than B. So now since we want to satisfy all of these three conditions, so we have used AND operator here, right? We want all the conditions to be satisfied. Then you can see out the triangle is valid. Else, see out the triangle is not valid. Now let's run this. First, let's compile this. There's an error. Oh, I wrote the spelling of return wrong. Yeah, I think it's fine now. Yes. Now let's run this. Oh, right. See, what we did here wrong was that we didn't add cin statement, most important statement, because we want to take input from our user. So just cout input the three sides of the triangle. Now again let's compile. I hope this compiles. Yes, it has compiled. Now let's run. 4 5 2. The triangle is valid. Now again let's run, and let's put two sides as 0, and third, the triangle is not valid. So this program we have done. Now let's understand this. See, here you are initializing the sides. Here you are asking you are initializing the sides of integer type. Here you are asking the user to input the three sides. Here the user will input, and then after the sides are inputted, after the sides are input, the control will check this condition, right, inside this if. And if this condition, all of these three conditions are satisfied, then only it will go inside if block. And if when it goes inside if block, it will execute this, it will print this statement. If these conditions are not satisfied, then it simply jumps from if to else. That means from line 8 to line 11, right? Control jumps from here to here. And then when control jumps here, it goes inside the else block, and this statement is printed. So this is how the entire thing works. Okay, moving on to the next question, that is, find the maximum of two numbers. Int a comma b. Since we have to find the maximum between two numbers, so we are initializing two variables of integer type, right? That means they will return an integer value. Now we'll see out a statement, that is, enter the values of a and b. Okay. Oh, it will be small. Okay, so now we'll use cin statement to get the values of a and b as input from the user. Now again, we have to find the maximum of two numbers. Again, we need to use a condition, that means if statement. If a is greater than b, cout a is maximum. Okay. If a is less than b, cout b is maximum. If b is greater, then cout b is maximum. Now in else part you can write, if neither of the conditions satisfies, that means both are equal, cout they both are equal. Sorry. Yeah. Now again we'll compile and run. Now this time we'll put the value of b as maximum. So 1, b is maximum. Now if we again run and put both values, they both are equal. So all the conditions are satisfied, and this is how we can write multiple statement. You can write multiple if and then at last else. So this is another thing that you learned. Yeah. Now let's do another question where you have to find maximum. This time you have to find maximum of 3 numbers, right? Now this becomes a little different. Okay, let's remove this. Let's erase all this. Okay, so you have 3 numbers, right? You have A, you have B, you have C. Now you have to find the greatest number among these 3. Let's assume that they are 7, 3, 5. Okay. Now first here again all you have to use if statement because you have to check conditions. Now first condition that you will check is you pick A. You pick A and you check whether this A is greater than B. So A is 7, B is 3. Yes, A is greater than B. Condition satisfied. Now you check whether A is greater than C. A greater than C. A is 7, C is 5. Definitely A is greater than C. So from here you can say A is the greatest because A is greater than B also and A is greater than C also. And A is greater than C. Print A is greatest. Now you know that A is greatest. Okay. If your B is greater than C, next condition that you'll check is B greater than C. So is B greater than C? No, B is 3 and C is 5. So print B is not greater than C. Now third condition, so there is no need to check the third condition because you know that A is greatest and B is the smallest. So C will be the second greatest. Okay. Now let's write it in a program. We'll take 3 numbers A, B and C, right? We'll use a print statement. Input the 3 numbers. Now use cin statement to take the input from the user. Now check if A is greater than B and A is greater than C. If this happens, you can say cout A is greatest amongst all, right? Now coming to the next condition, if B is greater than C. If B is greater than C, I'm sorry, I wrote B was smaller, right? Really sorry, my bad. Now you can see out. Now here I wrote that if B is greater than C, then you can see out B is greatest. Now only C is left, so there is no need to put a condition. just write else C out C is greatest. Right? Now I just hope this executes. There's something wrong. I didn't put comma between them. Okay, so the program has compiled. Let's run. 8, 2, 6. A is greatest amongst all. But why is it printing C is greatest? Okay, C is second greatest. Sorry, I put the print statement wrong. Now we'll run again. A is greatest amongst all, C is our second greatest, and B is the last. So this was maximum of 3 numbers. So the next question is check the sign of the given number. Now this means that a number will be given by the user to you and you have to tell whether the sign of that number is positive or negative. For example, the user inputs a value 5. So the sign of this value is positive, and if the user enters suppose -9, the sign of this number is negative. So it's very simple. Now let's write a program. Using namespace std int number, then we'll see out a statement input any number and cn number. Okay, now we have to put a condition here, so we'll use if. What condition? If number is greater than 0, that means see out the given number is positive. Else see out the given number is negative. Now let's compile this. And now let's run. 5, the given number is positive. Now for negative, again compile and again run. Suppose -6 minus 6, the given number is negative. Okay, so the next question is a very easy question where you have to find the square of the given number. So let's start a program with a header file using namespace std int main int number cout cn. So now here we have defined our number, a variable as integer. We have taken the input from our user. Now we'll find out the square, that's number into number. Very easy. Now we'll see out square. Okay, compile this. It has compiled. Now run this. 7 sevens are 49. 7 the square of 7 is 49. Again run. If we write some big number, so it's giving us minus. I don't know why. I think the number is too big. Let's run it again. 44. Yes. So our program is working fine. So now we'll do one last question, that is check whether the given character is constant or if it is a vowel. Okay, so hashtag include iostream using namespace std int main int number. Sorry, we are checking for a character, so it will be a char ch. Now we'll ask the user to input the character. Okay, now we have to check whether it is a constant or a vowel, so we'll use if, because here comes condition. So if our ch is equal to small a, or if ch is equal to small e, or if ch is equal to small I, or if ch is equal to small o, or if ch is equal to small u. So a, e, I, o, u, but these are small. These letters are in small. Capital A, capital E, capital I, capital O, and capital U are also vowels. So we need to put condition for that too also. A, E, I, O, oh sorry, U. Okay. Now we can write C out. The character is vowel. Else C out the given character is constant. I really hope this works now. So it's not showing any error. Now we'll run this. Okay. R, the given character is constant. Now again we'll run. Let's put I, the given character is vowel. Now let's put any capital vowel. A. Yeah. So the given character is vowel. So now we have completed all of our programs for today. This was the last one. So I really hope you understood each and every concept very precisely. And I would request all of you to keep practicing questions. Uh, uh, you can find questions from Google, or maybe you can use a platform HackerRank for practicing more and more questions. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Bye bye.